You're the host. I'm the co-host. You lead it off. This is what you do. This is how we work.
Sometimes you gotta be the host and lead it off and fucking go with that shit.
We're recording.
Hello,
already.
we are at Kumite Radio.
Hello, Kumite.
Kumite, motherfucker.
Kumite Radio, bitches. We're back.
What's going on?
Not much. I'm getting ready to go to Jordan on Tuesday.
Jordan, hey, is Jordan a Muslim country?
Yes. Remember Body of Lies?
Body of Lies with
Leonardo
DiCaprio and that fat fuck from Australia.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
From Australia.
The Gladiator.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good
movie.
movie.
That shit, you Australian mother. Who is that guy?
I'm from Thailand. Come on, get me a visa.
Trent Girdham, by the way.
Trent Girdham from Thailand.
Yes, the young savage. How old are you, Trent?
20.
20.
I can't even drink in America.
Hey, when I told Trent that I had a daughter, he thought he could hit on her because he found out how old I was, and he's all like, "Damn!" He tried to do the math in his head, like, if he's this old, then his daughter could be this old. So,
and then he's like,
"Do you like Asians?"
Oh, I love Asian.
Yeah, he's into the Asian persuasion.
That's why George likes me.
I got love for him. That's
Not the cocky Asian or Caucasian.
Caucasian.
Was it cocky Asian or the Caucasian?
Caucasian.
We used to have this thing called I used to have, I have friends that are like black, white, whatever, right? And then my white friends would be like, "Hey, you're Caucasian," and they're like, I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, you're a cocky Asian." So it kind of sounds the same shit. And I was like,
yeah, I guess in a sense, but I never heard that.
Yeah, I just heard it.
You are older than I am, so maybe your lingo back then was a little different.
That's right. It's like dinosaur shit, right? But Trent, what are you doing, man? You're supposed to be in India. What the fuck?
I ran away. I left India to come train and learn how to wrestle. Fight some Russians. With George and a bunch of Russians. I got spinning elbowed by a Russian.
Today?
Friday. No pads. That was a good elbow, but it almost knocked me out.
Well, you could only learn from that, right?
Yeah. I told him next time bring elbow pads. He was okay.
Did he do a spinning back fist first? Is that what he was trying to do, or just?
Just straight elbow.
I caught the tail end of it as he was apologizing, and Trent was like, "No, it's okay," and then started boxing him up.
Catching these hands.
Hey, how is the training down there right now? It seems like there's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, there's
hopping around.
Between 40 and 50 guys for sparring and wrestling, mostly sparring, but still a lot of people for wrestling as well. But there's a lot of Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Chechen, Dagestan. There's a lot of stands and a lot of Caucasus areas. And
are they all like the ACB guys?
There's a lot of ACB guys. There's M1
Russian Fight Night.
Yeah, fight nights. Petr Yan.
Petr Yan is a scary man.
What's going on with Petr Yan? What's the update on his injury?
He's good, bro. Petr Yan's been seen in the room putting a beating on somebody. He's
wonder who that could be.
Some random other Russian guy that he had some problems with, and he handled him out pretty easily. But no, he's training. I keep calling him the Terminator. Well, in Russian, it's Terminator or something like that.
What the fuck? He just said Terminator in a Russian accent.
Yeah, that's what it is. I said Terminator, and then Syed had to translate, and he was like, "What is Terminator?" Excuse me. And then he was like, "Oh, Terminator," or however you say it. And
he just walks through everything.
Yeah, he's so good. He was Lamchenko on somebody the other day, and then I saw him do a backflip when I told him in Russian to relax. He did a backflip and landed on his good leg. That's insane. So,
well, he's supposedly gonna debut in May or something like that. So is he getting ready now, or what's going on? Can you tell us anything?
Peter's always ready.
He's always ready?
Yeah, no, I don't know the exact date, but I know that he's getting healthy quickly, and yeah, he's
Imagine him and like Lineker going at it.
He would school Lineker.
But
But
his hands,
imagine that.
like
Angles, like
angles and quickness and
in
like
the pocket.
and yeah, in the
Just-
pocket, he's
he
so good,
works.
and like the stuff that he can do is insane. And bro, you know what's crazy is when he came to Tiger, he was 0-0. He was like just came out of amateur.
How long was
And
that?
The amateur fight spot.
Like 3.5 years, I think. I don't know how many amateur
Probably
fights
like
he had.
200 Sambo fights or something.
I don't know, but he like he got good very quick. Like he was good, and then he got good quick. But man,
got
even
better.
like in his like when they called the title fight a draw that time or whatever, or the other guy won, and then he refought him in ACB and beat him. But like just like his sweeps and his Muay Thai and stuff like that he used in the fight, like how much man, he's really improved everywhere.
So is he
Yes.
down there permanently now?
Not permanently, but like a good chunk of time. Like I think, especially now with him being in the UFC, he'll be here for I think like longer periods of time.
Yeah, because isn't Akhmedov, he's down there permanently now?
Yeah, Kairat's been living here permanently for a while, but he's got like a house. Like Kairat's got a house and his family here, but he's like right now he left and went back
fight,
to he's back just like on vacation at home.
Did you guys watch the fights this weekend? There was a lot of fights this weekend, man. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I watched the fights this morning. Did you?
I missed out because my phone's broken. I'm waiting for my phone to get fixed.
Yeah, but you could have gone somewhere on the road, or you could have come in here.
Hey,
Yeah, I watched.
I watched the
did
highlights.
you watch the one fights?
I watched.
I watched a couple of the Muay Thai ones.
I didn't. I watched
They were
the
crazy.
highlights. Well, and I watched Timofey's fight.
Timofey. Anyone?
Well, Timofey, of course you watched it because he's with you down there. But did you watch any of the other ones? Did you see the title fight?
No, I saw the highlights.
Do you think that was an early stoppage?
I didn't see it. Like I only saw the highlight. I didn't watch the whole fight, and it was just like no sound, no like. It was just
No,
like.
but you could see the end, man. Like he got hit with the head kick, but then if you look at it,
it hit like his arm.
Costa was running in there like he was fucking somebody stole
Stiff.
some change from his fucking car or some shit. So fast, dude. Like he didn't even get like I don't think the dude was knocked
It
out.
wasn't hurt. He was just on the back foot.
I think he could have got back up, man. Like I don't know. I think that was an early stoppage, dude. I think there's
It was
some
loud.
fuckery going on right there. I don't know. That's just my view of it when I'm looking at it. Cause did you see the other fight where the dude spiked the other dude on the head? Daewon,
No,
man, your homie.
Oh, Daehan.
Daewon,
Didn't
they DQ'd his ass.
Oh, he spiked the guy.
Yeah, the guy was on his back, and he he tried to jump forward, and the dude spiked his head on the mat, and they DQ'd Daewon.
Oh wow.
Going for a rear naked choke.
Olivia Costa. Yeah, but the rules, you guys know the rules of that, right? If you're for spiking, it's you have to be in control of the other guy's body. But the dude was in control of his body.
He had his back.
Yeah, he had his
You're allowed
back.
to do anything from your back. You can jump backwards, you can jump forward.
Exactly. So
Unless you like pick them up and spike them. That's the only DQ.
yeah, that's and that would be like a takedown, right? Like you pick them up like a takedown, you spike them, and then you would get DQ'd for that. But
How was he doing before that point?
They were just back and forth, man. It was just like like a grappling match or whatever. But still, you know what I mean? Like how do you DQ somebody?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Does
Defending
one have different rules for that? I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
people are talking mad shit about that fucking call. Like DQ is not a good thing to have on your record.
No.
That's a loss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost. DQ.
George got DQ'd.
Nah. Yeah,
George.
I did get DQ'd. in college.
You got DQ. Talk about that. You spiked somebody?
No, I didn't spike. No, not in MMA, in college wrestling.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you can spike somebody in college wrestling.
You're allowed.
No, you
Is
can't.
that illegal?
Like, you can't. You mean on their head?
Yeah.
No.
No.
In freestyle wrestling, you can like suplex them onto their head, like you do like a back bridge. But no, not in college wrestling. You can't. But
Oh shit.
I was in the conference tournament, and like I would have probably made it to the national tournament as a freshman, which is like at D1 is like a pretty like decent thing to accomplish. And I was like sick, not making excuses because that doesn't have anything to do with it. But like I was like sick the whole weekend, and I remember being like, man, I'm like I can do this. Like, and I was wrestling for I think 3rd and 4th place, right? Consolation semis. He doesn't forget anything. And the kid took me down like almost at the end of the first period. So it was a 3-minute period, and the kid took me down. His name was Chadi, I think. Chadi. And they called him Chode. He went to University of Pittsburgh. So if you ever hear this, Chadi, I want to rematch.
I won't rematch.
But he took me down, and I remember I was like, I got up to my feet, and I was almost about to escape. So I would have got 1 point, and then it would have been his takedown 2 to my 1 escape. And it was only the end of the first period, so I had plenty of time to come back. And I was getting ready to get out, and he like faked an injury and was like, and like he got an injury time. And then so I had to start back down. So like I did all this work. I almost got out. That happened. So they put me back down. And I went to stand up, and he put like a hook in, and he was like on my back, and he was like, for maybe like, I don't know, 45 seconds, like I'd be trying to get out, and I just couldn't get back to my feet. And he was like, just quit. He was like, you don't want it, pussy, just quit. And then he was like, he's like, you're a fucking cunt. You just stop now. Like he was saying, like, I couldn't believe my ears, because like I never experienced that before.
Back doing that.
And then like he was like, oh, he still had the hook in like at the end of the first period, and the ref, what was his name, Frank, the little black dude, Freddie. His name was Freddie. And he was like a real short, like little black guy. He's like really nice guy, super nice guy. Like we used to like, we talked after that. It was kind of like a joke between us. But like he blew the whistle, and I like kind of like nudged the guy off of me. And I remember being like, you know what, fuck this. And I like literally said that to myself. And he was like still getting up off the mat. And I walked back over, and I just went, boom. Like, not like a mush. I think harder than a mush. Almost like an open-handed punch, like that, like a palm.
Like a boss rooting?
Yeah. And right away, dang it.
Dang it.
Right away, Freddie's like, woo. He's like, you're out of here. And then, like, so I lost all the team points that I scored. Like, not that it was a lot, but I think I had won a match or two before that to get to that point. And my brother is laughing at me. And so, like, I remember my coach, like, following me back into the locker room, and he's like, fucking idiot. And he was just, like, yelling at me, giving me shit. He's like, you're fucking selfish. And he went, boom, and he slapped the locker right next to my head, like, really hard. And I remember, like, he was walking out, and I looked down, and I heard this, like, and I looked down about, I don't know, 20 yards down. Like, the locker room was split. It was at Clarion University, and the locker room was split into two halves. And there was this guy named Tony Curto, who is a year older than me. And he's, like, the funniest guy you've ever met, but, like, one of the most talented guys, like, I ever met. Like, if he would have been, like, if he'd have been all there mentally, like, he could have won a national title. And he looked at me, and I remember where I looked at him because I heard him laugh, and he was like, at least you didn't go out like a bitch. And I just, like, started laughing. Like, it was like, I was, like, upset at first at myself for, like, getting disqualified. But then when he said that, I just started laughing. It was funny. So, yeah, that's my story.
Damn, man. That's a story. That's the only time you've gotten DQ'd?
No, I got disqualified in high school, too.
Yeah, this guy is like, he a repeat offender.
No, well, this time it was in this freestyle tournament. And, like, this kid that I was wrestling, he was, like, a year older than me. He was in high school. And in the summertime. And the week before, I wrestled him wherever it was, and I won the match. I definitely won. I got screwed on a call, and anyways, they gave him the match. So I was like stoked about like, you know, wrestling him again and like getting it back. And then the next weekend, I had him like in the finals of this freestyle tournament, and he was definitely out wrestling me and beating me. But he was like kept like digging these like serious like cross faces, like really like almost like punch into a cross face. And I remember he did it like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, if this dude does this again, I'm going to let him know that he's not going to do it after that. And he did it, and I bit his arm. It was like a punch. And he was like, right away, he was like, ah! And like, they were obviously teeth marks.
You bit him.
Yeah, I was pissed because he was like, it was illegal what he was doing, and the ref didn't like call it, but whatever.
So you bit him.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish I could take back out of any of the stupid shit I've ever done in my life. But after that, my dad like lit into me. Like I was so afraid. I mean, by this point, I was a freshman or sophomore in high school.
Freshman, sophomore. How old?
I was 15, 16, and my dad was irate. I thought he was gonna hurt me, like, because I've always been afraid of my dad, but like I thought he was gonna like. He never like he was always great in like sports for my brother and I. And he never got mad at us for losing. He was never like a psycho dad, but I saw the wrath of him that day. He was like, don't you ever cheat like that again. Don't you ever bite anyone. And
you ever bite anyone since?
Nah, but I got that same conversation again after I open-handed mushed the guy.
So you're
those are my scumbag moments of wrestling.
He likes to open hand dudes and then bite.
Bro, when I did the open hand, I was just like, it was my freshman year of college, and I was just like,
you feel like you're the man, hey?
Yeah, a bit, but I was just like a complete screw up. Like
I'm a dick, but this
I had a low
so
GPA.
Good.
Like I had to like after that, I took school serious. That year, I didn't. Like I got into like 2 fist fights within 2 weeks after that open-handed thing, and then just kind of like was just like, what am I doing? So
you're a fug.
Thug or a fug?
Fug.
F?
T. T-H-U-G.
Thug.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Fug.
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 No, it's thug.
I got a lisp. Fug.
Oh.
Fug.
I thought he said fug too.
They call him something in India.
Yeah, of course you thought he said fug.
But India. Say it again. They call you goons. If goons have street brawl with police, everyone's a goon. If you like commit a crime, you're a goon.
Like a thug, right?
Yeah, like
a what?
You gotta say it.
A fug?
Yeah.
A thug.
Fug.
Then you're like
F
fug.
You can't do it.
Can't do it. I can fight.
Then say thug life.
Thug life. Say it. Say thug life. Say thug life. Just do it. Just do it.
I'm gonna say fuck life.
Just do it.
Fuck life.
Shut make it serious. His mouth is like.
Yeah, I got it. It's all good. But Trent, like, let's talk about your fight, man. At Super Fight League. You went there. You took on a guy. You don't know who he is. You just went in there.
Very good. Got a big record. Lots of fights.
Yeah, choked him out and
he had 1 win, 4 losses, and then he had 5 losses. But he won this week, so now he's 2-5.
Did you know who you were fighting when you got there?
3 days before, I knew who I was fighting.
And what did you say?
Get me someone better, please.
And what'd they say?
This is all we have.
And at that point, you're just like, well, I'm getting paid to be here, so I might as well just bang them out and leave.
And then me and John were like planning spectacular finishes, flying knees and axe kick. And I threw 1 kick and he just swung. I'm like, I'm a wrestler. Just double leg.
Yeah, I told him to do the axe kick. And just throw axe kicks for the first minute.
Couldn't stretch. There was no warm-up area.
Did he have any ground game? Because Glenn Sparv and myself tried to watch it here, but the stream was absolutely horrific.
Well, now it's fine. Now you can watch it good.
Yeah, now it's way better.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the first week, nobody was able to watch anything, it seemed like, unless you lived in India. Because then you can watch it on TV.
Perfect.
Yeah, but now you can watch it, and It's not, the fights are entertaining.
They're getting better.
Yeah, the fights are entertaining.
Sorry. Just, do they have like in India? Well, I think I've heard of one person, but I feel like India has like a good historically wrestling background. So I feel like they have the potential to actually, like, obviously not in the next 2 to 5 years, but like in time have some good MMA fighters, like, produce some like really good ones.
But realistically, none of those guys can wrestle. None of them. I mean,
Really?
none. Yeah, like, I'm going to be realistic.
Any of the fighters couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
So they must not be former wrestlers.
None of, I don't know,
Like,
because
I saw like a couple, well, I saw 99% of them on the show that I was at were terrible, but most of them came from like Muay Thai, but like different like Indian
Wushu.
background. Yeah, stuff like that. But there was one legit wrestler who was not a bad wrestler. Like, it was his first MMA fight. And he did, like, I knew he knew what he was doing. But yeah, I just feel like if some of those wrestlers converted over to MMA, man, and if they got some different, Westerners coming there to like teach MMA, I think like they could be a country that could do okay, because they do, like, historically they have a really good wrestling program.
Well, over there, like, the other, like, except for like the Brazilians and the Americans or the North Americans or whatever, like the Afghani fighters are really fucking good.
Yeah.
What I've seen, like, they are legit. They can fight. Like, they got mixed martial.
The only one that I know is that Baz, the guy that was at Phuket top team.
He's a beast.
Is he over there? Is he at Super Fight League?
No.
ACB now.
I didn't know that they had. That's what I'm just saying. I didn't know that they had Afghan fighters going into India.
You know what's a trip? Yeah, they are. Like, they're at the Super Fight League. Like, there's a few of them.
5-1. And then
I didn't know. I wasn't aware that they had any. What?
Other?
One guy just came out in like 1 minute.
I didn't know that they had MMA outside of the guy Baz or however you say
I
his
guess
name.
they do, because I guess they even have promotions in Afghanistan too, where these guys fought at. And one of the guys in a Super Fight League, he is like a champion in Afghanistan. But the crazy part is, that's not even the crazy part. The crazy part is these guys have fans in India, like in the crowd. Like that, there's like an Afghani crew and shit.
Wow.
All chanting his name. I'm like, where did they come from?
Was it like in a studio or what?
It's in a studio. Yeah. Like, it looks like a TV like studio. It's a trip, man.
Bro, this is like insane.
But it's kind of cool though at the same time, because that's the purpose of Super Fight League, is to broadcast it on television, not really for, the audience, like the live audience. Well, you could be live, but if you're live, you're like so close to the cage. So it's
no, I've been to like MX Muay Thai in Thailand. It's the same thing. It's in a studio, and it's a cool vibe. Like, it's not a lot of people, but it's like right there in your face kind of thing. But no, that's good. Like, I would imagine that MTV in India has a huge following.
Definitely. And they got all the celebrities going there now. Like, more and more celebrities are in the crowd, and they're taking advantage of being on MTV, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, that could definitely be a good thing for, like, the sport in that area of the world.
For sure, because there's nobody else doing anything over there, as in promotion-wise.
Like, even Jason, when I went there with him, he stayed there for like 6 days after and did like a seminar at Bubba Jit's gym.
Yo, let's talk about India though. You know what I mean?
It's next level.
Like, I just want to talk about experiencing India, because I haven't talked about it yet with anybody, like on a podcast or anything like that. Man, we were in Mumbai, which is the most advanced city in India. And even that city was next level. Like, it was like Bangkok on steroids. Like, if you've been to Bangkok and you're thinking like, oh, Bangkok is, it's not as advanced as other countries. But when you go to Mumbai, it's like 10 times Bangkok.
Buildings.
I mean, it's a trip. Like, hey, remember when we went to the
phone, but they don't have a house.
Remember we went to the temple? Trent, remember we went to the temple and those people came up to me?
Oh, people. At the temple?
Remember in front of the mosque?
Oh, the long
island?
road.
Yeah,
They
the
have a
long
little
road.
like mosque on the island.
Yeah, it's like
you
on an
leave-
island.
It's like a bridge to go to a mosque,
Yeah.
but it wasn't even a mosque. It was like they were praying to someone else. It was weird.
It was something, man. Like I couldn't explain it to you. Like, we just went in there and looked at it, and we just bounced because.
Coffin. They're praying to a coffin.
Yeah, it was like a coffin or something. It was a trip, man. Like I don't understand it, so I can't really speak on it. But it was just a good. It's a good thing to see. You know what I mean? Like experience.
I'm sure.
Something different.
Bro, you know, did you ever meet Jeff Sandler? He used to work for Tiger, the video guy. He does like freelance stuff. Now he works for like Phoenix and like the UFC. Like he works for a lot of promotions. But he does.
I think I know who he is.
Yeah, I'm sure. Him and this other guy, JP, who's one of our friends, he does jujitsu and he's been here for a while. They're going to India, I think, tomorrow for some festival.
Yeah.
And I may be wrong, like in the next couple of days, but it's the like where they, I think, throw like the paint on each other or like.
Yeah.
That's the one you see in all the ads.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's like powder or some shit.
Yeah, the powder, colored powder.
No, but the crazy thing is about that island was like the walk to it was the craziest shit. Like you don't like. You remember the two people?
No arms, no legs.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
There's so many of them.
Fully burned, like fully burned, dude. Like his eyeball, you could see the inside of his eyeballs.
Well,
like inside of his skull.
Like in the wall.
On that road.
On every single side. It was like
on like
bigger,
on the way to the mosque.
Yeah. But it was like in the water.
I can imagine like there's a God, I'm trying to think of the name of it. I watched this show, and you may have seen it. It's on Netflix. It's a comedian from England, I think. His name's Charles Pinkerton or something Pinkerton or something like that. Anyways, Idiot Abroad is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And they send like it's these two wealthy guys, and they send this bloke to like all over the world to these different things. But instead of like putting him up in like nice places, they make him like experience like the like local culture, stay in like these different shitholes, like eat like bad food, like send him to like these places that are like real like local areas. And he goes to like India is one of them that he goes to, but he's like the most negative like English guy in the world. Like he's just one of those guys. He probably never left his hometown ever in his life. And
we had an English dude like that there.
And well, this is how this guy was. And when he went to India, it was fucking hilarious. But like they sent him to like one guy who had like I can't remember like something with his like balls or something. They sent him like to a bunch of weird shit that was going on. Like not I mean everywhere has weird stuff, but like the weirdest things that you could think of in India, they sent him there. And like the first night that he stayed there, he thought he was staying in this really nice place, and then this guy like took him like through these alleyways, like through like this and that, and he's just like, "Oh, cheers, mate," and he was just like, he was so angry about where he was staying at, and it was like a complete shithole. But yeah, it was quite funny.
Dude, I'm serious. Like that walkway, everybody needs to go and walk it. Like everybody needs to go and see.
It honestly like changed my outlook. I'm like,
in your life,
about being in India or being anywhere in the world. There was just so many homeless, so many like cripple. I'm just like, I was just grateful to be alive.
That's what you
feel. I think I kind of felt like that actually when I left from where I was at in India. I remember just being like I was so happy that I experienced it, and I have no idea what it's like anywhere else in India. But like I would just remember like leaving and being like, man, I'm so ready to get out of here. But like at the same time, I was like, the shit that I saw there, I was just like, how I don't even like
because
I get like
explain it to someone else.
Like even here in Thailand, like for me, I'm like, you know, it's like I love Thailand, but it's so different, especially like people who have never been here. Like just like when I first got here, I remember seeing things and being like, holy shit. But like,
what are they doing?
Yeah, right.
But now you're like, oh.
But there, I was like, oh man, that makes Thailand look like, you know, America or like some westernized.
Yeah, the pollution is 10 times worse.
Yeah, it was insane. The cows crossing the road, just the horns, the traffic, the driving, just like it was just like ridiculous.
Yo, there was two guys laying next to each other. One guy was like really old, and the other guy was kind of like a younger dude. They were laying there, right? And I think one of them had no arms, the other one had no legs, and they were laying face to face to each other, synchronized, saying the same thing over and over and over,
Like,
synchronized.
Like we could hear it the whole time. They were just saying, we asked one of our Muslim friends.
What was they saying?
They're saying, God help us. Just God help us. God help us.
Like one guy was saying God and the other guy was saying help us. Synchronized just continuously.
So weird.
Dude, it was like, it was kind of like scary in a way. If you were like in a dark alley and those dudes was laying there saying that, you're about to meet your makeup. You'd run. I think anybody would run. They would be scared. Like, it was.
If I was alone, I would have left.
Because you got to walk past them to get there, and then when you leave, you have to walk past them. There's no way of avoiding those people.
Man, it's definitely a different country. Like I thought the hospitality was like super like.
Yeah,
it was super. Yeah,
the hotel was amazing.
My hotel was not amazing, but I've stayed in much worse. It was not amazing by any means, but I've stayed in worse. I've stayed in worse. But yeah, they're very helpful. Like, they're a good laugh. Like, you know, like they try to have banter with you, or at least they did with me and stuff. And like the one guy was like, "Would you like to go roaming?" And I was like, "Would I like to go what?" And he was like, "Roaming." And I was like, "Yeah, I suppose so." And like he had this really nice old like classic Royal Enfield motorcycle, and which like I really like those bikes, and like a lot of people have one here. It's big in India. What?
You have one here, don't you? Like an old school bike?
It's old school, but it's not that because they're expensive. But yeah, like they're super.
He's like, it's old school, but come on,
it's old school. It's Thai brand. It's a similar style, nah. But like he just took me around, and then like he was like, "Would you like to go for beer?" And I was like, because I was joking earlier in the day, like I want to go out tonight, and he took me to like this local like. It was in a mall. It was so strange. It was in a mall that didn't look like a mall when I actually walked into the mall. And then we went into this thing, and it was like these hidden doors, and then it was like this big sports bar, like trying to think of like something like a Buffalo Wild Wings kind of almost, and they had like a little dance section and stuff. But like we were drinking these beers, and like I went to pay like after I'd had enough, and he was like absolutely like, no, like you are my guest, you cannot pay. And I was like, no, it's okay, man. I was like you want to pay for my food, okay, but like I'm out drinking, having a good time. Yeah. And he was like, no, you cannot. You're my guest. And insisted on it, and then like took me back home. Like he was just like a really nice guy. Like dropped me off, stopped by the Krishna god or whatever, the Indian thing, and like had me take photos and shit with it, and like just like really nice people.
Yeah, the people are fucking nice as hell, man. Like I met some people there. You know, our cabbie, shout out to Hashish or Habib or Haresh. But
he had like money ready for us to give to the beggars. Like there's so many beggars. He had like coins, and he would just pass it to us and wind our window and give it to him. Like he was giving us money to give to them.
Like you never see that.
Yeah.
You never see other Indians
like go.
Right.
He was like stopping for them and giving them money. Wow. He was a really cool guy.
He was very like helpful, man. Like he could speak English, and he just take us wherever we wanted to go. And he'd like take us. He'd get out and walk with us and shit. And
he'd get us discounts.
What was his name? Hashish.
Haresh.
Yeah, but Hashish sounds better.
Yes, Rajesh. Rajesh. I think that's what it is. But it's something like that. But if I ever go back to Mumbai, I'm gonna go to that. I know where he hangs out because his nephew has a little spot. Like he sells gum and shit. So we're gonna go there. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna find him and shit because I know what his nephew looks like too. So, you know, because his nephew is cool too.
He's getting us chewy.
Yeah, he gave us a bunch of gum and shit.
He's giving us gum.
He gave us chewy.
Chewy gum.
What is have you talked to SFL since you came back?
Yeah, I'll text with them and stuff, but I don't really talk to them like on the phone or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But can you ask him when I'm fighting?
Nah, man, I never ask anything. I was just letting them know about the streams and shit like that. Like, you guys got to fix that so people can watch it, because that's what people mostly complain about. But now they're on Fight TV, so you can watch it on Fight TV now.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you? I think you got my password right for me to use.
No, it's free.
Fight TV is free. You
Fight
just
TV
like
is
log
free.
in.
Oh,
It's like a little app on your phone.
Just log in with your Facebook.
ACB is always free.
Yeah.
That's not watch ACB.
But
like
what else I was gonna say about India? Like,
I don't know.
oh yeah, peep this. Like, I'll tell you a secret, and then you guys could, whenever you guys go back to, if you ever do go back to India, if you have to, I'm gonna let you know something, right? Like, I was at this hotel. This hotel is like 5-star. Like, you know, this hotel that you guys are staying on, it was better than their hotel. And I was there for like most of my trip. And
What was called the Hilton?
no, it was across the street was the Hyatt, which is like, I guess, supposedly 7-star, which is like the highest level hotel you can, you know, stay at. And I was across the street from the Hyatt, which was a 5-star. And I was there with Gary.
Gary.
It was just me and Gary at the hotel. And Gary was, he's been to India before, right? And he was telling me like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep you on some game. Like, you could go to any of these hotels, walk in, use all the shit you want to use, and walk out, and no one's gonna say nothing to you because you're foreign, you speak English well, so they're gonna automatically think you're staying at the hotel. So I was like, nah, really, man? He's like, come on, let's go. So we walk, like, I have the, like, we're in like kind of like workout stuff, and I have like the towel from my hotel around my neck, and we walk across the street and we walk into the Hyatt. We go through this, you know, like in India, everywhere it has like the metal detectors and shit like that. So you walk through there, and we just walk in, and we just go to the back to the gym, swimming pool area, and we're using the gym. We're like drinking the waters, and you know, we could take the fruit and stuff if we really wanted to, and we're there for probably like an hour. No one said nothing to us. When we left, I was wearing my towel from my hotel. No one said nothing to us, man. They just like, they're all smiling and they're like, oh, thank you. And they're all helpful and shit. So if you ever do go to India, just remember, you can just walk into a nice hotel and act like you stay there and just use whatever you want to use, man. It was a trip.
That's so great.
Anywhere else,
trip, man. Like,
getting thrown out.
Like in Korea, you go to a hotel, they're gonna be asking you like 50 different questions, like they're the FBI or some shit, right? But I'm pretty sure even in Thailand too. If you go to a hotel, they're gonna be asking you for your key and all kinds of shit. But not
They put up day notices like a day before you leave. At my hotel, there's a letter: be out before 11 o'clock. I'm like, shit. In India, I checked out and they're like, oh, bye. Are you leaving? I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving. They're like, oh, okay. No worries. I'm like, man, bye.
All right, let's go. Let's talk about the UFC that just happened, man. Mike Perry, dude, he got worked.
I was thinking about you. Yeah, he did. I was thinking about you.
Why? Pinocchio?
Yeah, Pinocchio.
Man, well, what did you think about that?
I just think that if he doesn't sleep you, then like you're good.
Do you think Colby Covington? Do you think Colby Covington was right?
What?
Do you think Colby Covington was right when he said, you know, when you have a ratchet horse-faced girlfriend as your head trainer, it's not the smartest idea on the, you know.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
That's too far.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I think it's too far. But I think honestly, like, just think that if you have like any type of fight IQ,
a smart fighter will beat him.
Yeah.
That's what
he has the style where he will be in the UFC for a while though, because they'll back him up with somebody that he can knock out, and then they'll probably give him a couple guys he can knock out, and then they give him a big name. You'll probably lose. He'll be doing what Nate Diaz does, if you think about it.
Hopefully he gets better, but so I was thinking.
Yeah, he's
got so much power. If he had some
right, he's just got to get a little technique. The man didn't fake or feint one time, I think, during the whole fight. But yeah, I think he's definitely like a marketable guy, like with his like whole persona and whatnot.
He's wild. He said he's gonna buy what's he gonna buy? A caravan and travel to every single fight and just fight people with his girlfriend in the caravan.
Just sounds strange.
He's a different person.
Yeah.
He's a character, man. I think he did a lot of like acid or some shit when he was young.
Yeah, he did some.
He was on that PCP or something. I don't know what's going on with that guy. But yeah.
Like, you can see, like, man, he like when he comes to fight though, that's like just like you said, bro. He's definitely gonna be in for a while. Like he's that guy that comes to fight. He's going out on a show, and like it's just he's almost like awkward the way like he kicks. Like he kicks like a meathead, you know. But like
he does everything angry.
Yeah, everything is just with like such bad intention.
What's his record now in the UFC? 3-2,
something like that.
Well, you gotta look at it like this. Like if his fighting style should be called street fighter. Like when they announce like he is a street fighter, you know, like when they announce like he is a BJJ jiu-jitsu.
What does it say now?
Remember that?
Say street fighter because he's like this, like the way that he moves, he holds his hands, like his big clunky legs, like
he looks like a, you know, like some of the jocks, like they got power, you know, they got power like in high school, and he's like one of those jocks, and he could just sleep people with like
that fight today was like for the first like 2 rounds, obviously the first 2 rounds, like the way that he was coming forward and Old Mate was just like smashing him up and moving off, like angling off, like, but that guy looked like a weak, frail guy, just like with much better technique, but like moving around and like using his distance well and stuff like that. And Old Mate was just like coming forward, but not like moving his head, moving his like.
I don't think he's gonna have a
like,
long career, but keeps getting hit the way he does.
I would agree with that as well, but
10 fights in the UFC tops, so they're all gonna be remembered.
I wonder who's gonna be able to knock him out though, because Ponzinibbio hits hard.
Middleweight,
welterweight.
Yeah.
Darren Till would put him to sleep.
But Darren Till gave this emoji afterwards. I like him.
He's not going to fight Darren Till. They're going to give Darren Till somebody. I could see, like, you know what would be a badass fight? If Matt Brown wins against Condit. Whoever wins or whoever loses between Carlos Condit and Matt Brown should fight Mike Perry.
Mike Perry. I reckon Condit skills him. And Matt Brown gets knocked out. I reckon Matt Brown's over the hill. You reckon he's over the hill?
Yeah, but he's a tough fuck.
Matt Brown? There's something wrong with his liver every time he gets kicked in the body.
Yeah.
No, that's Peroni, isn't it?
No, that's
Matt Brown. Both of them.
Yeah, both of
them. Fuck that. Imagine every time you get kicked in the body, you can lose.
There's some good fights, man, in the welterweight division where it's not like the top guys, but like the fringe guys. You know what I mean? Like they're not the top, but they're not like the like
who's
levels.
Does Darren Till is he matched up with anybody yet?
No, I think he's like sick or some shit. I heard.
Yeah, what's going on?
He's like got an illness or something.
Like what?
I don't know, but that's what I heard from somewhere.
Is that following?
Is that suspect?
Huge.
Yeah. Maybe he got that dengue.
Dengue fever.
The dengue fever is real out here right now.
How do you get it? How do you get that shit?
By a mosquito. Frank had it.
Oh, you just get bit by a mosquito and you couldn't get it.
Yes.
Okay.
No, but it's serious. Like the last couple of people I've known to get it have like not had it. Like, well, was Peter in the hospital?
Who's Peter?
Petr Yan had it.
Oh yeah.
He's told me not to, so it doesn't matter to him. But Frank was in the hospital, like legit in the hospital, like had to change his flight before he went out to help Ty last year.
Yeah.
At the end of the year. Like he was in there for like 5 days. But there's a couple people like trainers that have gotten it recently, but they've just been like not coming to work, just like laying in bed all day, but not needing like IVs and stuff. So like if you get it bad, it's like really bad.
Like what does it do to you?
Like it's like having the flu, I think. Like when Frank had it, he was just like, I can't get comfortable. I'm hurting everywhere. Like it's just like really bad flu-like symptoms. And like
everything together.
Yeah.
Cough, cold, sneeze.
Yes.
Then how do you get it cured though?
You can't cure it. It has to pass.
You gotta go through it?
You have to just go through it.
What, just IVs and shit like that?
I'm sure there has been. What?
with just IVs and.
Yeah, Frank was just on an IV like the whole time, and like he tried to leave after like 2 days or something, but he still wasn't good. And like they're like, no, cannot leave, no good. But like it's a good thing he didn't leave, because even when he did leave, he was still out of commission for like a couple days.
Man, that dengue, man. I've never seen anybody that had it. But
Out here.
I've only heard about it in Thailand. You can get it anywhere else?
Yeah, I think in tropical environments, but it's big like in Southeast Asia.
You got it
Obviously.
before?
No.
You lucky. You better knock on wood.
Yeah. Hopefully I've just like been here that long, like it doesn't bother me anymore.
Maybe you're immune.
I'm immune to the skeeters out here.
He's full Thai now. You better get a Thai nickname or something too. That's what you need to get. They probably have a nickname for you. You just don't know what it is.
No, Jalouet.
What's this?
Oh, Jalouet?
Yeah, Rocket. They all call me, like all the trainers call me Jalouet. I would say 97% of the trainers don't actually know my real name is George.
Yeah.
And most of them are friends with me on Facebook. They only know me by Jalouet.
Which is Rocket because of your motorcycle?
No, not Rocket because of my motorcycle. Rocket because the one trainer knew, which means snake. He had some stupid name for me, which like in Thai it meant one name, and then in Isan, like where they're from, is like their own dialect. It meant something like really bad. But they all called me that and laughed at me because it was funny to them in Isan, but in Thai like didn't mean the same.
It just didn't make sense.
And I was just like, no, stop calling me this. Like, and I like pushed hard and boycotted it. So then somehow it just changed to
somehow it became Rocket.
And yeah, and it stuck. And now
you just
been here
Google
like
translated Rocket, didn't you?
And that was like 3.5 years ago.
So hey, that nickname is better than a lot of other shit that they could be calling you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Shibaseke.
Exactly. That's what the Koreans probably go back and tell everybody. They're probably like,
Tiger's gonna get famous just off of Shibaseke.
For real, they're gonna be like, there's a guy.
But every day when I see him now, I'm like, Haseo, and they're like, and I'm like, Shiba, and they're like,
they're still there.
Yeah, the
Who's
TFC guy.
Is that
the
guy
TFC
fighting?
is still here, and Road, and the other fat guy, but I'm not sure what he's in.
The fat guy with the blonde hair
yeah.
from Weird Stuff.
Yeah.
Seen him swerve.
The other ones were like duking it out though, like with some of the Chechens and stuff.
Yeah.
The other two, the TFC tough. And the Road. The TFC is tough.
Yeah, he's tough. He got power too.
Yeah.
The TFC cat. Like yeah, he if he goes well.
TFC champion last night, right?
Huh?
Was that last night?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Good. Featherweight?
Yeah, that's his teammate.
Bro, he's a beast.
That's his teammate.
What, the one here now is teammates
with that dude.
Hold on, is that not the one that I saw in Art of War?
No, he didn't fight that night.
Oh,
it's another dude. He pulled out because of his back injury. He was supposed to fight.
My friend.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Choi.
I like Choi.
His you know what his nickname is?
What?
Sting.
Ding?
Sting. Like the singer, Sting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's with the face.
Yeah, he's kind of emo though. I could see that.
Yeah, his nickname is Sting, right? Because he's so respectful. Like he's like,
yeah, but he looks like almost like kind of like a trendy weird Korean, but almost at the same time as like an indie like weird like something's up like I don't even know how to say it.
Emo.
You know what? Like
I think it's because his eyes.
Probably.
Yeah, his eyes like.
I tell you what, when he's in that ring, he is not emo at all. That is a killer.
Dude, like that dude's a beast. He's a beast. He's only 25.
Yeah, he's got a big. He might be getting signed soon, right?
From maybe I don't know.
I've been watching some social media recently. That
maybe. Maybe he's working on something. Who knows, right? But yeah, like the story between the dude that's there. His name is Kim, right? The dude that's training over there right now.
Kim.
He got this serious. Like his part is way more thicker than mine.
Yeah, you guys almost have the same haircut. He's the Korean you.
Yeah.
He's like the Korean you. That
Yeah.
dude. You guys have like a similar look.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy.
But he knocked out Sting in their first fight, like 60 seconds, knocked him out.
Right.
Sting came back in the rematch, knocked his ass out, and that's why Sting got the belt right now. And then the other couple days ago, the other dude that's coming up, the undefeated dude, Falcon, that's his name, Falcon. He just knocked out that dude in the fight. He's teammates with Kim, the dude that's at Tiger right now. So it's kind of
what's
weird.
My guy's name again?
Sting. Because if I say the Korean name, you won't remember their name. So Sting is your dude from Art of War. Falcon is the one that just fought for the title and he won. He came back.
And Kim is the one that's here now.
Yeah. I forgot his nickname.
Tomorrow when I see him, I'm just going to be like, Kim.
Do this to him. Be like, Falcon, like this. Just say Falcon like this. I'm serious. He'll be like,
I will. I definitely will.
Just go like this because his homie Falcon, every picture he takes is like this. He does this and he's like, and he always refers to himself as Falcon.
Oh, like third person?
Yeah.
What a ledge. He's Asian, though. He can get away with it.
But he's the Sage Northcutt of Korea. That guy.
He what?
He's the Sage Northcutt of Korea right now.
Yeah.
He's like, he's got the look, you know. He's, you know, he has the body, and he could fight. You know what I mean? Like, he showed it. Like, he showed that he could fight in his last fight when he just won the title a couple of days ago. But those are three top guys. Falcon. Then you got Sting.
Are you supposed to put your...
No, like this.
One of my hands can't do it.
So you gotta do this and be like, Falcon. Yeah,
Falcon.
like, and you'd be like, Falcon, Shibarseki, like that. I think he'll die, dude, like laughing and shit.
I definitely will. Like, blonde-haired Korean guy, he's like, but he doesn't like laugh like the other ones, like Kim and Road FC. What's his name?
Sting.
His name is Kim too.
All right. Well, Kim and Kim, like they laugh about that shit. But the one with the part on Falcon's teammate, he laughs like a lot. Like he's funny. Like he probably thinks like how do you say white guy in Korean?
Pagan.
Like, he's probably thinking to himself, like, who's this dumbass pagan? Hey, how are you? Like, just, like, entertaining me. But he's probably like, what a fucking idiot. But, like, to me, I'm thinking, like, oh, man, like, he's loving this shit. Like, I'm saying bad words. But it's just, like, it would be like some Asian guy being like, fuck you, motherfucker, to me. And I just, like, I would be like, hey, that's funny. Keep going.
You should say to him tomorrow, you should say, like, you point to yourself and you'd be like, pagan's heki? Just put Seki at the end. Just put everything's Heki at the end. Like pagan.
What does Seki mean again?
It's like it's kind of like son of or something like that, but it's kind of like in a negative connotation, you know.
Like
but,
son of a bitch.
In a way, right? So like Keiseki is like son of a bitch, you know. But you could put pagan Seki, and then you could point at him or point at somebody else and be like. Yeah. I'm
definitely gonna do that. First, I'm gonna hit him with the Falcon, and then I'm gonna be like, "Pagan Seki, Shiba Seki," and then I'll just start laughing.
Cause that dude, you could tell he's kind of like, he wasn't like the good kid in school, and you know like he got good grades, like you know most Korean dudes are like that. You could tell like he was like out there doing some shit in the street. You know what I mean? Like, but he seems like a stand-up dude, you know, from what I've seen of him, like the way he moves and shit like that. But it's all good, man. But the Koreans, man, they're coming up. Those are the 3 top Korean featherweights that are not signed by the UFC. Those dudes right there, the ones that we just talked about: Falcon, Sting, and Kim. Those are the 3, man.
Koreans are the best MMA fighters in Asia.
They're the toughest.
Yeah, they're the best.
But now, what's good?
Japanese are the most skilled. In
Yeah,
my
I think
opinion.
they're more skilled.
But
Koreans are the toughest.
They're winning.
And Chinese are.
But you know why the Japanese are the most skilled right now is because Americans have been going to Japan for the last 25 years, training all the Japanese, and that's why. And then a lot of Japanese have been leaving Japan to go train.
Are there any foreigners? Not to cut you off. In Korea, like as trainers?
I don't see any.
Yeah.
I don't see any, man. Like none. It's weird.
Well, there for me, but like,
it's weird. Like they need to have, like you're seeing it now, where these younger guys like Kim, and they're all going to Thailand,
like getting out and seeing some different stuff.
Exactly, and that's gonna make those guys way better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Their skill level is gonna go up, especially training it like in sparring with those Chechens.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And going hard with them, it's gonna help them a lot. Like I'm glad that they're going down there, and I'm glad that you're down there just fucking with them all the time. So everybody that comes,
I want more of them, man. Like all the Korean guys that we've had have been cool as shit. Like what was the original Shibaseki's name?
His name is Kim too.
Kim 1, Kim 2, Kim 3.
Well, he was the original OG Kim. He was the original Shibaseki, and he was like, man, what a legend that guy was. Like everyone
was the original.
Everyone by the end was just like, it just caught on, and everyone was like Shibaseki. Like when he showed up to Full Metal Dojo in Bangkok, everyone was just like Shibaseki, and then he was just like there with like beers, just like smashing them. Like man, he was such a legend. Like he was so funny.
Yeah, he's an OG like of Korean MMA.
He was good too. Like he was like as an OG. Like I saw him dish some ass whoopings out too in sparring.
And the the thing is, Pride Dude, remember Pride Dude? Swole, Mr. Swole? He is the OG, like triple OG of Korean MMA. Like he fought in Pride.
Yeah, you call him Pride. That's definitely OG status.
Yeah, like that they're kind of like if like Sting and them they saw those dudes, they would be giving their respect to them. They all know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, like that's
Falcon. Can't wait to do it. So I'm gonna yeah, it's a bird.
Trent, you gotta do it too. Trent,
I'm gonna have him video me doing it.
Trent, you gotta do it too. So whenever you see Kim, it doesn't matter. You could do it like this. He'll understand what you're doing. It'd be like Falcon.
Falcon
in Australia is when a ball hits you in the head.
What?
We call it a falcon.
When a ball hits you in the head?
Yeah, like say you're playing football and you pass the ball, it hits your head, it's a falcon.
Oh.
It's like another language, man. It's a trip.
They have lingo for everything.
A ball hits you in the head, falcon.
Me sunnies, me boardies, me trackies.
Hey, what do you guys think about Jeremy Stevens though? Did you see the highlights of that? Did you think the knee was illegal? Did you think the elbows were illegal? Because that's all
I've seen the big hit too. I've only seen the big hit.
Bro, I didn't really watch the replays. Like I did, but I honestly don't remember them. And I didn't watch them close enough to like.
That's a good way to dodge saying your opinions about something.
Yeah, no, it is, because I really honestly didn't like. I did watch it, and I think for me, I thought the knee was illegal because I think he threw it, is in my opinion. But I honestly don't remember, and the new rules or whatever, I don't remember all that shit.
You reckon he was going to win the fight either way?
Yeah, I think that he hurt him bad enough he was going to finish him.
Yeah.
But I think if I remember correctly, I thought the elbows at the time were kind of suspect for sure. But like, I'm not a guy that's like going to get that deep into it. Like he got knocked out. That's what happens in fights. So like,
well, he was moving though. Like when Jeremy Stevens was throwing those elbows, Emmett was moving towards him to grab his legs. So like,
yeah, I know. I mean, I agree 100%, but I'm just like not the type of guy, like I'm not going to like get that involved in it because it doesn't really affect my life. So
it's like ain't no loss of my record.
No, I just like it is what it is. Like I just like I'm not going to get in the controversy of it.
Can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I can't.
You know what's funny to me though? Like the aftermath of it is,
I'm still trying to watch the video. It hasn't loaded yet on my phone because, well, the Wi-Fi was shit when I was walking upstairs. But the, like, Dominic Cruz and Bisping talking about it.
Going back.
Like that.
What about
Yeah.
DC versus DC, like going at it?
DC versus DC.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Dominic Cruz versus Daniel Cormier going at it.
Like they're going at
Yeah, that's what I was trying to watch.
Yeah,
And
that's some good
got
TV.
heated, right?
Good TV right there. And then Uriah Faber, like talking shit about
saw
Bisping and
I saw that, bro, and I like Faber a lot, but like every time he always talks shit to Dominic Cruz, it just always backfires on him.
Exactly. Dominic Cruz is too smart, man.
That would be like me though. Like I would just be like, look, man, I can't talk shit. Like, let's just fight or whatever. But like, yeah, I just feel like it always backfires on him. But I could see like Dominic Cruz, like I would hate arguing with him because like he's one of those guys. He's gonna fact check everything. He's gonna have everything like like all his ducks are gonna be sorted. And I would just like not give a shit, and I just like, fuck's sake, like I would
just start playing.
He's good, man. He's a fucking smart ass dude. He don't even need to fight. He could just sit there at that desk for the next 20 years and analyze all these fighters because he has the credentials to do it. Like,
yeah,
he's never lost, except for Garbrandt, right? But he's never, he's won the title. He's the greatest bantamweight ever. You can't deny that shit.
Have you seen me?
Well, you're the next generation, you know what I mean?
Seen Petr Yan? He's even better.
We'll see what they can do. We'll see what you guys can do, but we're talking about the past. Yeah, you could be the Indian Dominic Cruz.
They don't even have a ranking system.
Hey, you could get moved. They shouldn't move you
Put
to
me in
India.
Bollywood.
Yeah, and just you become a superstar there.
Imagine if you could go there, and then somehow like one of those Bollywood stars, they're like, hey, we want you to be in this movie, and you're gonna play not a leading role, but you're gonna play like a major role, but you don't even have to speak that much, and you're gonna be next to the star all the time.
And you just don't get paid.
And you'll get paid. Why not? Why not? And then
I would move there. I would never move there.
Well, what if they told you they were going to pay you a shit ton of money?
How long do I go stay there? Like a week?
No. 2 years.
Nah. I'll neck myself.
What does that mean?
I'd like kill myself before I
neck myself.
I think you could
be there more than a month.
Man. You could fly back and forth. It's not that far.
Yeah, but that was your main place of residence.
Not happening.
You're not used to that lifestyle.
I will never be used to that lifestyle. I don't like that lifestyle. I don't like India.
What do you think? What do you think happens to Stevens? Do you think he should get a title shot?
Didn't he lose like?
Well, don't they still have to sort out
Frankie?
like? Yeah.
He only just lost to Frankie a couple fights ago.
Did he?
They need to let.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He fought
remember?
Frankie.
Yeah, he got Frankie with a good shot with that up kick.
Right,
remember
bro.
the jumping up kick? And he rocked him, but then Frankie just beat him the rest of the fight.
Fuck.
I think that's 2 or 3 fights ago.
Hold on.
Man, I watched too many fights, man, because I don't remember half the shit that happened.
I remember anything around my division.
That's what I like to hear, Trent. That's what I like to hear, Girdham.
Knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Max and Frankie first.
I want to see McGregor versus anybody. Please. We need him.
Yeah, Jeremy Stevens. He beat him unanimous decision. November 12th, 2016.
He should get the next shot. I don't know how he loses to Jose Aldo every time. It's just like that style just somehow beats him.
That's right. It's that style.
That matchup is just not good for him.
Just perfectly lines up. The stars line up for Jose Aldo, and he beats him.
But then Max Holloway
I don't think now.
destroys Jose Aldo. But Max Holloway, I think he'll beat Frankie Edgar too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Max can beat anyone.
Yeah, I think he could go to lightweight and beat a lot of the dudes there too.
Yeah.
He just has the physical abilities to do it.
Range too.
Yeah.
He's big. He's big for a featherweight.
I like him too, bro.
Yeah.
Seems like a just down to earth guy.
I think that the UFC is doing a terrible job promoting him, though.
So do I.
They're not promoting him.
That's what I'm saying. It's bad.
I think they're doing a terrible job too.
He's been like campaigning UFC come to Hawaii for like the last year and a half.
I got word that they're gonna go in the summer.
They got to, bro. Like Hawaii is like one of the original OG places of MMA.
And BJ Penn was killing it.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
like
all
all the dudes was going there for like Rumble and The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Carlos Condit, Anderson Silva, Gomi was out there.
Yeah, bro. There was a ton
Jake
of people.
Shields, all kinds of people was out there fighting, man. So
yeah.
What they were saying was like they're gonna go out there in like in the summer sometime. From somebody that I talked to said that. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to get on that card. Everybody. Free trip to Hawaii.
Why not? Did that other Hawaiian guy win today? Roldan? He was fighting.
Are you
Hyon
or anything?
No, I'm Australian.
Straight up.
Roldan versus Haniyaya.
Ronnie.
Oh no, he got choked out. He got choked out.
I reckon Haniyaya has the best jiu-jitsu in that division.
Jiu-jitsu is pretty fucking good.
Every time, like.
But if you stay off the ground, you could beat his ass on the feet.
Yeah. If his wrestling was like D1 wrestling, he'll be the champ.
Yeah.
He'll get you down. He'll submit you no matter what.
It's for sure. He's fucking good. So Trent, what's your plan now? Like you're out there training. You gonna go back to India and fight, or what's going on?
I'm meant to fight on the 4th, but I'm waiting to hear if I'm fighting on the 4th. If not, see this couch. It's gonna be where I live until George gets me a fight. So we will see. We will know in the coming days if I'm fighting on the 4th or trying to fight someone in China or.
You better message Faison.
Faison. Who's Faison? Who's Faison?
Some guy.
Some Asian guy.
Some guy. But yeah, so maybe we'll see you out there. Your team is doing good though. They the other day.
What team are you on?
UP Nawabs.
Do you still got the kit?
Yeah, I got the kit.
UP what?
Nawabs.
What's a Nawab?
No idea.
Yeah, but UP, the area is called UP, the region of India.
State.
230 million people live there.
People love me. Apparently, people love me there. My friends from
230 million people
live in that state.
How many people live in India?
Billion. I think a billion and a half, maybe.
It's the most populated country in the world, right?
Yeah,
hold on,
it's gotta be.
I don't know.
You've seen how many people in the streets?
But that's the same team Radcliffe is on too.
Yeah, they stacked our team.
Yeah.
Radcliffe, David Moon, me,
Gary
Mengit.
And you got the Schoolyard Singh on your team too, I think, huh?
Who's that?
The girl that she just head tosses everybody.
Did you see what happened in a fight yesterday?
That girl dislocated her arm.
Yeah, she headlocked her for about a minute, and then somehow the girl's arm snapped.
Yeah.
Her arm was just jelly.
Yeah.
Before that,
it happened during one of the sweeps.
Yeah, like the girl kept sweeping her, but she would not let go of the head. And then her arm was just jelly.
What is
David won by triangle, and Gary just... David done like a jumping triangle from Mount. That was sick.
Yeah. It was a good setup. Like he tricked him. Huh?
1.3 billion.
And it's only going up.
So there you go. Shout out to David. If David listens to all the way to the end of this, probably not, but shout out to David.
Shibaseki.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Shibaseki.
Shibaseki.
Yeah. David is the only Korean dude that I know who is also a Muslim.
Yeah,
Who?
David Moon. He's from TriStar. He's friends with Nordine,
Yeah.
but he's Muslim. He's Korean. Something different.
Yeah.
That is
It's,
something.
yeah. It's something like I never met him, but he's a good dude, cool dude and shit.
Did you guys speak Korean?
Did we speak Korean to
Yeah.
each other?
Yeah.
No,
Have you
'cause
met
we
him?
both speak English.
Yeah, but does he speak Korean?
Yeah, he does.
So
Okay,
why would
good.
you not speak Korean? Because you're both native in Korean.
Yeah,
No,
but he was
because
born-
he's from Canada and I grew up in America, so we might as well just speak English.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but you know what
Unless
I
we
mean.
were doing some secret shit, like behind
Yeah.
Trent's back.
I
then-
wish I would have been
talking
hanging
shit
out with you. I
about
would have been
women.
dropping shibas, napon, kiti.
Oh, we talked about you to him. He was cracking
Yeah,
up and
totally.
shit. Like I was telling
Laughing.
him about like what you do to all the Koreans. And I told him you should go to Tiger and go train over there for a little while.
Yeah, you definitely should.
We're trying to make him.
That would be good.
He's good too.
Yeah, bro. Yo, John, you should be the Korean Connect.
For what?
What's the connect?
Get more to come to train in Tiger.
Man, they gotta have money to do that. That's the problem, I think, for a lot of these guys. They don't have money to do it. So I'm, I could tell them to go. I could say like, hey, you go, you talk to this guy, but they just need
Is
to have
fighting in Korea good? Good pay?
sometimes. For some
Yeah, but
people.
that's you can't do. You throw elbows.
You're not allowed to throw elbows in
No.
Road FC.
Yeah.
Any Korean?
Yeah, TFC.
TFC is like
Why is
UFC.
that? What's the blood? Blood on TV?
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard about
Why
like,
would-
India.
You could get blood on TV from anything. Why would that doesn't make any sense to fucking ban elbows because of blood, because
Same as
you could
This
jab
breaks
somebody in
twice.
the face and get blood.
yeah.
I agree, 100%.
It's like
should be able to do that.
one of the retarded things that I've ever heard.
Hey, well, talk to your people, John.
They're not my people. It's just like they're just here. You know what I mean? Like I'm just
They're just in
same.
your country.
But they're not gonna change the rules now because they already changed them. Man, I'm gonna put it out there right now. Other than like Full Metal Dojo has the best rules. Everything's allowed.
What
Basically.
about Ryzen? Isn't Ryzen the same?
Yeah,
No,
but you
Ryzen
can-
has different rules for different fights. Like it's
Right,
never
all
the
of
same.
them have different fights or
Yeah.
different rules.
And one championship has very good rules too, because you
Yeah.
could do knees to a grounded opponent.
I
Like,
don't like the scoring system, but
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm talking about
I would
just
say
fights.
No,
Yeah.
I mean just like the knees to the head.
the
I
rules.
think I think the soccer kicks are okay not doing. Like I could take them or leave them, but I definitely think the knees should be allowed on
Yeah.
the head. On the
Yeah,
head.
for sure. But that's why I put Full Metal Dojo like separate, because they're kind of just like their own. They're just
just
doing their
do
own
it.
thing. It's just like they're just the Wild West of MMA.
Yeah.
They're just like
They know their market and like what they are, and that's
how
what they
often do
roll
they
with.
have shows? They have shows
Next
a lot.
month, March.
They're gonna have one, in March, I think.
Let me soccer kick a tie.
You better message John Nutt. Go message him, or a couple of the other dudes. He might come out there soon. You never know. You might run into him. He's sometimes he just shows up and he's there and filming stuff.
Like, anyone want to
Listen,
fight?
yeah, I talked to him last week.
And if he's there, you'll know he's there. He's just the guy that you know that he's
He's a
around.
big dude.
Yeah, big dude.
I
He's
seen
a
him
big-
last time I was here. He was just
Yeah.
walking around, talking smack.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to bounce. It was good
Peace.
talking to you guys. I'll see you
Awesome,
guys
yeah.
when you guys get back, and hopefully Trent, you get a fight
Hopefully.
and get you a contract, man. Get you into that UFC or ACB or PCP or LSD or THC or CBDs or something. I don't know what you got, right? But do what you gotta do. Peace.